Richard Henson. And of course, Richard and I served on platform committee together for Rockwall County, but he also served on legislative priorities committee here at the state level. And this is the first year you did legislative priorities, isn't that right?
That's correct, Bob. First time doing legislative priorities.
And so it was a good experience, right?
It was an amazing experience. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. You guys were working from morning till after midnight a lot. A couple
Yeah,
of days.
we got back to our room about midnight, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. But we got it done. We've got a good product.
So, all right, well, let's talk about some of the legislative priorities. What are they, and how do they impact Rockwall, and how do they impact the state of Texas?
That's a great question, Bob. So Rockwall County, we had our own legislative priority committee. You and I served on that. So I came to Houston with a list of legislative priorities from Rockwall. So my task was to make sure that Rockwall's legislative priorities wound up on the state legislative priorities verbatim.
Man, and I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. You did an amazing job. I'm just gonna say, but go ahead, man.
You're very kind to say that. Of course, there were a lot of them that were very mainstream. The ban Sharia law thing, those were easy, right?
They were.
Protect kids, Texas kids. But there was one that Rockwall had that was probably somewhat unique compared to a lot of the other counties. We wanted to stop government overreach, and by that, it was a mud bond thing, right? So Monday, the first day, I invited Frank New, our county judge, to come testify, and I invited you to come testify on this very subject. The cool thing about it is both of those guys just hit it hard, and we let the committee understand what MUDs were. Some of them had never even. One guy sitting on the committee with me said, "I thought he thought mud was water mixed with dirt." He really said that until we educated him. And so we fought and fought and fought. I think I'll dig into that some more if you want me to.
Well, what was interesting about it is, so there's two parts to everything we do. One is platform piece. The other is the legislative priority piece. If it's not on the platform, it can't be on legislative priorities.
That's accurate.
So we had two battles that we had to kind of uphill battles.
Yeah.
But the biggest one really did seem like it was on legislative priorities because there was a lot of pushback. What was the pushback primarily?
Yeah, thanks. There were probably 5 guys on that committee that were really tied into Austin with retaining rights in Austin, not at the county or the city level. They would like to manage our own growth. So that was the fight, and they had direct connections. The good thing is we were able to figure out who those guys were pretty early. And so the fight, instead of being from the dais out on the table in public, wound up in text and in email just with me and those guys directly. Because we were wanting to claim rights to be able to manage our county's growth, and they were wanting to keep it at the state level. So we wound up with a really nice compromise that's going to allow our commissioners to have a significant say-so on MUDs. And what really tied it in was the bond debt, right? These MUDs come in, and the story I told from the dais was that a developer buys a tract of land, they move in a trailer house. And in our case, there was a guy moved into the trailer house that had just gotten out of debt. So he lived in this trailer house for about 6 months. Then they file an application for a municipal water district to build a MUD right there in our county. So, okay, goes through the process. Now let's go put it on the ballot and let the people vote in Rockwall if they want to have a MUD out here in the county. So we have 80,000 voters in our county. And so we did that, and we issued a ballot. How many of the 80,000 people got a ballot? The answer is one. The convict living in a trailer. And that guy got to vote for $100 million worth of debt that's perpetuated forever. And that just wasn't right. And I think from that moment on, and you told a similar story, and so did some of our commissioners, Bobby Galana and Warren Lichty came and testified.
That's right.
And it got some traction.
Yeah.
So even for the property rights guys, even some of those guys finally started saying, okay, let's find common ground here. And we got a really good legislative priority out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think so. So what is, can you share exactly what the legislative priority is?
Yeah. So it's going to fall under the in-government overreach. Uh, um, and I wish I had it in my mind at this moment.
Oh, you don't, yeah, I thought you had it open maybe.
No,
Okay.
I just had it. It was cut. No, I'll get
No,
you.
we're live.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it basically gives commissioners significant say-so when these guys present the bonds. As far as the mud itself goes, we weren't getting much traction with those guys.
Yeah.
But when we started issuing tens of millions and hundreds of $1 millions of debt, we actually got the attention of some of the guys in Austin. And hopefully this got a little bit of teeth in it. We'd like to have more, but at least it's a place to start.
Well, and the platform plank actually thinks it really put the teeth in it, because it did say, and the platform plank does say that the commissioners should not just be able to review it, but also have approval rights.
Oh, that's amazing.
And really, that's so important, isn't it? Because the county, we need to make sure that there's water. And for instance, one of the new developments that's coming into to Rockwall County, Judge New and I talked about this, that they got Blackland to say yes, we can provide water. Well, when the county said to ask North Texas Municipal Water District, do you have the water? Are they going to be able to get the water? And they said no. So that's kind of thing that having the county involved is going to ensure that those things don't slip through the cracks. But Richard, thank you for serving on the Legislative Priorities Committee. Your wife is the outgoing county chair. She's done an amazing job all these years, and so great swans as you depart.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Bob. And it was always never got it done without you.
Well,
You really, if you didn't know it,
with you as
Bob
well.
Steinhagen, he just kind of helps navigate a lot of stuff. We were able to take our plank over to the platform committee, get a sister bill that mirrored ours. Like you said earlier, can't be a priority if it's not on the platform. So we made sure we had a matching bill on the platform. So thank you for all you did as well.
Absolutely. All right.
Great convention.
Yes, sir. So that's Richard Henson, and we'll be back with probably more interviews.
Thank you.